Hello, and welcome to Antigone in Munich. I'm Tori Polly. I am the assistant director, along with Sue Larson, and we are super excited for you guys to be here tonight. These guys and gals have worked vigorously for the last month and a half, rehearsals every day. They've learned their lines over Christmas break. They were super dedicated, and we are super, super proud of them. So I really hope that you enjoy this show, Antigone in Munich.
You have been accused that in times of war, through propaganda leaflets, you have called for the overthrow of the National Socialist way of life. In doing so, you aided the enemy and weakened the armed security of this nation. This is treason. Do you understand the seriousness of the charges?
I told you, I had nothing to do with the leaflets.
You were seen with them.
I know it looks bad, but I was at the building to let my friend know I wouldn't be meeting her.
Because you were taking a train to Ulm. That is what you told me. It's not true.
It is. Hans and I decided at the spur of the moment to visit the family.
You were carrying the leaflets.
I picked them up from the ground. They were everywhere. I was curious.
You had an empty suitcase. That is how you carried the leaflets to the university.
No, it was empty because I was going home to pick up some more winter clothes.
Treason is punishable by death. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you want to die?
No.
Then tell the truth.
I went to the bank to get some money, and I stopped off at the main hall to see Gisela.
We went to your home. We found the leaflets with the same type as the typewriter in your house. We found many pieces of postage and a mimeograph machine. An example of the seventh leaflet was found on Hans. I ask again, do you want to die?
What are you talking about? A seventh leaflet?
Found in Hans's pocket. We start again. This time, you will tell the truth.
Will it matter?
It could save your life.
Why do you care?
I don't want the blood of a young German Fräulein on my hands. I believe that with a little bit of rehabilitation, you could be an asset to Germany. Again, what is your name?
You know all of that.
It's just a formality. Let's get through it. Name, please.
Sophia Magdalena Scholl.
Date and place of birth.
May 9th, 1921, Forchtenberg, Germany.
Are your parents German?
Yes.
Are your grandparents German?
Yes.
What religion are you?
Lutheran.
Are your parents and grandparents Lutheran?
Yes.
When did you move to Ulm?
In 1932. I don't see what any of this has to do with the situation.
We are trying to get an understanding of what turned you against Germany.
I could never turn against Germany. Its beauty, its literature is in my blood. Yes, I have wrestled with National Socialism. It has not been a just government.
It was this government that brought the German people back from the ruins. This government that saved Germany from the Treaty of Versailles.
This government sold the soul of the German nation to reduce the price of bread.
You don't understand how things were. I forgive you. Still, your actions were treasonous.
I committed no treason. I do question what happens when the laws of man contradict the laws of God. What should a woman who follows God's laws do?
One learns to obey both. there are sympathetic points here. You were with the Hitler Youth. You stayed with the League of German Girls for many years.
I was told that if I didn't, I couldn't go to the university.
So you learned how to live within the system, even if it went against your moral code.
There was no war. Yet, nobody was dying.
You and your siblings were arrested in 1937.
Oh, yes, they were investigating a group my brother Hans belonged to.
It was not sanctioned by the party.
No, but it was perfectly harmless. A group that hiked and skied together.
You were let go the next day.
Yeah, I was only 16, and aside from some reading material that they considered degenerate, nothing of importance was found.
Thanks for bringing me back. I'm still a bit shaken.
The police don't believe in cleaning up. Let me help you put things away.
They went through my letters from Hans. Were they mad about the 4 days of rain I complained about last winter? Is that against party rules? What are they looking for?
I don't think they even know. Is anything missing?
I can't tell yet. Mother said they walked off with my Heinrich Heine book of poetry. He's banned. Silly police. I've memorized his poems. Look,
Antigone?
I was reading it when the police came. I even underlined a few passages.
The police weren't looking for Greek either. Only books written by Jews and Russians.
A bit ironic. Read what I underlined. Start with King Creon. I'll read Antigone.
Sophie, I feel so...
Read it! You're a powerful king with his own moral code. Antigone is his niece.
You were seen kneeling on the ground, crying to the gods of prayers. You were seen covering your dead brother with dirt. Is that true?
I admit it. Openly and honestly.
You memorized this.
Keep reading.
Were you aware that I issued a proclamation forbidding his burial?
My brother needed a proper burial. That is Zeus's law. I did not think the laws of mortals should override the laws of the gods.
What does this mean?
In times of trouble, if man's law demands something that goes against what God wants, who do you listen to? I think about these things a lot.
What happens?
Antigone is sentenced to death. And she dies. Everyone dies.
Sophie,
Except the court.
do you really want that to
It's
happen?
not what I want. I think about all these new laws. I'm arrested with my siblings because my brother hikes in the woods with a group not sanctioned by the party.
Just don't do anything.
I won't. Truly.
Good.
You have a boyfriend, one Fritz Hartnigo?
Yes, he's a soldier, stationed at the Eastern Front.
Will you marry?
After the war. But why do you care?
I am trying to make you sympathetic to the judge. A fiancé at the Russian front is helpful. I'm trying to keep you alive.
We're finally in agreement about something.
After your arrest, you were a model citizen. You stayed with the German youth. There's nothing to suggest that you would willingly go against the fatherland.
And for that, I am sorry. Sorry for the Germany I love. By November 1938, I knew better. I saw everything. The glass shattered in all the Jewish shops, the synagogue destroyed. But I kept my mouth shut.
You traveled with your boyfriend in the spring of 1939.
By that time, he was my fiancé.
Huh. Unseemly.
We had separate rooms, I can assure you. My mother saw to that. It was such a special time. Fritz was going off to war, and it was our last effort to be carefree.
You went to Vorpsfide, the degenerate arts colony?
I toyed with becoming a degenerate artist. I loved to sketch.
Peel me a grape, kind sir.
You ate the grapes.
And a strawberry.
You ate those too.
No! I'm sketching you. Don't move.
We've been together for 5 days, and you're just starting to sketch me now.
Yes. You can't go anywhere. Not till I'm done.
Sophie, it's time.
No!
Aren't you on an assignment to illustrate Peter Pan?
Yes,
Are you setting Peter Pan in Greece?
it's Antigone. I can't get her out of my head.
Who is this?
Antigone's sister is me. The sister who won't bury her brother because she's afraid of execution. She wishes to be safe.
Promise me you'll be the safe sister. Sophie, look at me.
Let's run away. Go to Switzerland.
It's a long walk.
I love to hike.
It's a long hike. It's getting late.
I know. I'll walk you to the train station.
No, this is how I want to remember you. Out in the country, sketching.
We're gearing up for war. It will never be like this again. These times will change us.
What brought us together will not change. Stay safe, Sophie.
And you. Stay safe. For me.
I love you.
And I you. Always.
Are you all right? I thought you might want this.
Thank you.
Can I do anything?
No. I'm fine.
I've been seeing you around here a lot lately.
Am I that conspicuous?
No, it's a small town. The locals notice the tourists. You were with a rather striking fellow. Is anything wrong?
No.
You're wondering if I am safe to talk to. I am safe.
How would I know?
You wouldn't. So we'll stick to safe topics. Are you an artist?
I sketch.
I'm Elsa. Elsa Beale. I live in town.
Sophie Scholl. If you live here, you must be the artist.
Not a bit. I had hoped for life in theater, but it wasn't me. These are good.
Greek? I'm supposed to be working on an assignment to illustrate scenes from Peter Pan, but my mind wanders to Antigone.
Oh,
Do you know Antigone?
of course. It would be a great role for me.
And this is her sister, Ismene. I just haven't figured out the colors for their dresses. Should Ismene be in white for her purity and obedience to Creon, or should Antigone?
I wouldn't put Antigone or Ismene in white. It would give them a ghostly look under the lights. I like Antigone in blue. I would look good in blue.
Red for both sisters could work. Antigone and Ismene are blood sisters after all.
Red is too obvious. Why not put Antigone and Ismene in the same color, the heavenly blue, but change the design? Ismene's dress could be more constricting, while Antigone's would be more open, showing her to be a free spirit. You're fast.
You've inspired me. I want to be Antigone.
There's an actress in you.
No, I want to be like her. I want to live my ideals, but I'm Ismene. I want to be safe.
We all want to be Antigone.
But we're all Ismene.
We're a little bit of both.
I was looking for Antigone here.
You found her.
No, I was looking for some noise in the art here. Something that reflected the times.
I think of our little colony as an oasis, a break from the times. Vorpspeed is so beautiful.
You won't find any ugliness here. No, you're right. I won't. Think of it as a good thing. Well, it was lovely to meet you. I'll let you get back to your work. Enjoy the rest of your stay here. It's so beautiful. It is. Very beautiful.
You're not currently studying art?
No, I did love Warp Speed, but I was hoping to meet people who use their art to influence the workings of the world. But everyone was quiet. It is if you stayed silent and made no noise, the boogeyman couldn't come for you. But I was hoping for some noise.
So you gave up drawing?
Oh, no, I gave up wanting that as a career. I still draw. It quiets my mind.
What did you do after you returned from the arts colony?
I finished up my schooling and became a kindergarten teacher at the Frugal Institute.
Oh. What was your experience in the service?
My skills were limited by the party. They didn't allow for any growth in the children.
It is controlled growth.
It is creating one brain instead allowing them each their own thought.
And it ensures that when they grow up, they'll be in alignment with the party and not be brought up on treason charges as you are.
People value the freedom of thought.
On the contrary, people value safety. After your experience in the service, what did you do?
I applied for the University of Munich and started there May 1942.
What are your studies?
Philosophy and natural biology.
When did you join the White Rose Society?
I didn't.
Answer the question.
I did.
It's on the leaflets, the White Rose Society.
I don't know anything about the leaflets.
Ah, but I want to know about the White Rose Society.
There is no
Someone's told us there is!
There is a group of us that goes hiking, skiing, attends concerts, that sort of thing.
Yes, of course. Writes pamphlets and...
No. Friends who come by on a Friday night, friends who listen to music and have discussions that students would have.
I am very interested in these discussions.
Literature, theology.
Politics? Huh. Politics. Tell me, do you have a friend? One Alexander Schmorell?
I want a world where this is all we do.
After the war?
So many things are after the war. Turn left.
Not my best side.
Right then. A little more.
Are you admiring my classical Roman profile?
Peculiar. I drew you looking like Peter Pan.
That English boy who's determined to remain a boy?
Yes.
My Russian soul is wounded.
Your Russian soul is delicate.
After the war, I will return to Russia. It is there that I will become the man I wish to be.
Will you practice medicine in Russia?
I will become an artist.
Yet you study medicine.
There's no propaganda in medicine. Its facts cannot be twisted to suit the political climate. For now, I'm better suited to medicine. Its facts are not under attack. When the war is over, I will return to what is dear to me. Art, Western literature, and of course nature. We should play a game. When the war ends, I will.
When Hitler loses, I will get my country back.
Sophie, that statement is treasonous.
Not here. When Hitler loses, we will be allowed freedom of thought. Your turn.
Sophie.
He must lose. It's the only way Germany can win. Have you read these? I've been meaning to show them to you. He teaches peace with hard truths, Bishop Galen's sermons. Deporting the mentally ill to the great unknown, never to be heard from again. Alex, are we doing that? Are we killing Germans? Thou shalt not kill, and yet we kill. The most innocent.
Yes, I know them. Bishop Galen is very brave. I love your conviction.
Alex?
Just appreciating what's good.
I should go. It's getting late, and I have a 9 a.m. lecture tomorrow.
Sophie, talk to Hans tomorrow. There are things you should know. Talk to him.
Where are the leaflets?
Shh. Sophie hasn't left yet. Here's a book. Studying.
Well, aren't you three the pretty picture of the good German students?
We devote all our waking hours to God and country.
Right. Why do you all look like you're up to mischief? Anyway, I'm late. Goodbye.
The leaflets? Everyone cannot wait for another person to make a start. It is up to us to work against fascism. You two do have a way with words. I love the Goethe quote about falling and perishing or rising up in freedom.
It sounds as if we're reaching out to professors or poets. You helped draft this.
I'm aware of that. I'm just not sure this will speak to the average German citizen. I'm worried we'll gather an army of philosophers and nothing will ever get done.
Well, I think we start with the most educated. They were complicit in allowing Hitler to rise.
Words against bullets. Who will win?
There are a lot of words. I know. Hans and I typed them.
How many did you type?
100.
We need more. For this to be effective, we need many more. I'd like to see them left everywhere, in classrooms and phone booths and library books.
Here you are, Dreamer. Leave them everywhere.
Stop. We only have about 80 of these left, and Christoph brought 10 to Innsbruck yesterday.
Why is Christoph involved? He has children to look after.
He was adamant. His stepmother is Jewish, and they are very close.
I will bring some to Hamburg.
You know the danger if you're searched.
As a woman, I'm less likely to be searched than Christoph. I will simply bat my eyelashes and insist that I have nothing to do with the leaflets. When will the next one be ready?
We're working on it. There's some hard facts. It mentions the 300,000 Jews that have been murdered in Poland. People need to be appalled.
Are we sure about the killings in Poland?
Yes, it was confirmed by Willie when he was in Warsaw.
This is making me sick. The next hard question is, will they even care?
They have to!
We'll need a lot more than 80 leaflets to be far-reaching.
I may have someone who may be lending us the money to buy a mimeograph machine. Nothing is certain, but if this works out, we will have 10,000 leaflets produced. You think buying stamps and envelopes is hard now? It's going to get harder.
So we each go to different post offices and buy a handful of stamps at a time.
Still too many stamps per person. Eyebrows will be raised.
We need to keep this small. It's safer.
We need to branch out and create a web where we each have our contacts and they have their contacts, but we only know our own.
It's too risky.
You think trying to overthrow the Nazis would be safe?
I don't want to die. I don't want any of us to die.
Great. Then we're in agreements that we all want to live. We'll figure out how to get the 10,000 leaflets out when they actually exist. For now, let's distribute what we have. I've got a few stamps. Anyone else?
I'll get some tomorrow.
Maybe Sophie can get some stamps.
My sister? No. Too dangerous.
Where's she?
With Fritz. He's on leave for a few days. He goes back to the front tomorrow.
And we all go to medics in July. I hope we don't have to patch up her boyfriend. Well, I'm off to class.
And I've got a train to catch. Here's to hoping nobody searches us.
Good evening. You're back earlier than expected. How was your day with Fritz?
Perfectly lovely. And over too soon. What's that you're trying to hide from me?
I was just writing something.
Good. I'll edit. It'll help keep my mind off things.
It's nothing.
The family unit is as old as mankind. It is in these original families that man began to understand the common good. From this bond of family, man created a society based on the same common good. Our government should mirror that good society, but instead it works against us. We will not be silent. We are your bad conscience. The White Rose Society will not leave you in peace. Hans, this is wonderful. For which of your medical school courses did you write this?
It's private homework.
Private homework that you were working on with Alex and Trapsa. Where does it go?
Into the world. We buy paper, make stamps, buy copies, and distribute them.
Doesn't sound easy. How can I help? Type? Edit? Distribute?
No, it's too dangerous.
Being alive today is dangerous. I am more scared of suddenly dying and looking into the face of eternity with the realization that I saw evil. I knew evil, and I did nothing.
And I want you safe.
Fear is everywhere. You're scared. I'm scared for you. When do you leave for the Russian front?
In a few weeks.
You, Fritz, our brother Werner. I have so many loved ones in danger.
I will be saving our soldiers. Being a medic is a lot safer than being a soldier. Now I need to get back to work. I want a few more pamphlets done before I leave in the Russian front in a few weeks. As for you, forget you ever saw them.
If you don't let me be a part of it, I will write my own pamphlets. You have no choice.
Tell me what was in the leaflets. You were seen with them. You know what was in them.
I don't.
You at least know of their existence. How much more do you know?
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm scared. Are you?
Sometimes, but never at night.
But that's when I'm alone with my thoughts. That's when I scare myself.
What do you know?
The night is our friend, and we are undetected in the dark. And you can quit at any time.
I know. I'm being silly. It's just the darkness. It's when I wonder, what if we get caught? What will they do for information?
If we get caught, deny. Deny everything. I will never give you up. Never. I will die first.
How much more do you know?
Deny.
Nothing.
Hans confessed. He smiled when he confessed. He was proud. It's over. Save yourself. We found the leaflets. They were found in your possession, in your apartment, and created by your brother. Tell me, do you know what they contained?
No.
That's what Hans said.
There has been news from the Russian front. News that war's not going well.
Where did you hear that?
Rumors, talk. I don't remember.
You're protecting someone. Who?
Dear Annalise, my time in Russia and Poland has shaken my faith. Do you remember our discussions about the sermons that said faith isn't easy and we disagreed? We found faith to be very easy. I have seen such atrocities here. Man's inhumanity to man knows no bounds. Faith is a hard commodity at the front.
Dear Sophie, I have waited so long to write to you, because there are no good words to say.
Dear Trauta, we walked in the woods today. It's probably a foolish thing to do, but we needed to hike. We needed to get away.
We came upon a dead Russian soldier who had been there for a while. And he was just left there, unburied.
There are no Russian prisoners. The soldiers were shot and then abandoned.
We are rounding up the Jews in Russia and killing them. Men, women, even the children.
Alex and I buried the Russian soldier. It wasn't a proper Christian burial. It was done with care. Hopefully his soul can rest now. I thought you'd like that. I miss you.
Upon my return home, I will work harder than ever to end this tyranny. I will bear any burden, pay any cost to end this violent regime. Your loving brother, Willie.
I remain determined to put an end to this madness. Your friend, Alex.
I am more adamant than ever to end this war. Love. Hans.
Tell me what was in the leaflets. Answer carefully. It could save your life.
If I am sentenced to death, I have 90 days under law before that sentence is carried out. A lot can happen in 90 days. Germany could lose the war.
The sentence will be carried out. What do you know?
I know that Germany was defeated at Stalingrad and left their soldiers stranded in Russia to die. The war will be over in 90 days. Yes, I distributed the pamphlets.
Did you know what they contained? Answer carefully.
You'll be executing my brother.
Yes.
I knew what was in the leaflets.
You are admitting treason.
There is no treason in eternity.
Are you prepared to die?
I was hoping for a longer stay here, but the stay was always temporary. No matter how long I live here in this world, my time in eternity will be longer, as yours will be.
Just give me some names. I can argue for life imprisonment. Let me help you.
Help me? For days you've been telling me to anticipate my death. 21 years old, and your government is so afraid of me that they threaten me with execution. You are hardly my savior.
If you are executed, I will be able to tell your family with a clear conscience that I did everything in my power to keep you alive.
If I endanger others by naming names, you're handing me a precarious safety net where someone has to die. If not me, then someone else. I refuse your offer. It's petty, Airmore, trying to extract blood because some students bested the Gestapo for a year.
Death is not a certainty. There was a note of change in the 5th and 6th leaflets. They're not like the first 4. Others had a hand in it. Tell me, who else was involved?
No one.
Should we play a word game? Ghost?
No, too distracting. It'll slow us down.
Does anyone mind if I turn on the radio?
I'm not in the mood for Nazi propaganda.
Sometimes we get Radio Free Europe.
Not now, Sophie. Let's get these distributed.
I don't like you bringing Gisela around. She's not one of us.
I trust her. She wouldn't hurt me. She finds me utterly charming.
Can we concentrate on what we are doing?
Yes, sir, Commandant.
Is that what I sound like?
Yes.
Sorry. I always get testy when I'm trying to overthrow a violent regime.
By the time the war is over, this group will be a finely tuned cuckoo clock.
And which one of us is the cuckoo?
Are you working?
I've mastered the skill of working and talking at the same time. Are we reaching the right people? What about the military?
The coup indoctrinated.
They're just scared little boys in tattered uniforms with big guns and few bullets. I've heard from Fritz. He's scared. He's disillusioned.
I need more envelopes.
These are going everywhere. Christoph brought some to Innsbruck yesterday.
Why is he still involved? He's a family man.
We all have families.
But we will have fewer mourners than Christoph.
I hope someone would mourn my passing if I'm executed.
I shall wail in the mountains so all can hear my sound.
Thank you.
I hope they sing folk songs at my funeral.
There will be no funerals if we're executed.
It's just Anna.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Is my brother about?
Right here, Anna.
I thought, are we still going out to dinner?
Right. Sorry. I forgot.
I don't mean to take you away from whatever it is you're doing. What are you doing?
Planning our funerals.
Oh, cheery.
It was just a happy little break from homework.
May I help? I'm done with my studies.
No!
Thanks, Anna. We're ready to call it a day.
Well, I promised you dinner out, and I always keep my promises. We're leaving.
Yes, well, enjoy your evening.
Now that's a big brother who does not want his sister involved.
Can't say I blame him.
Too late.
You know what I'm thinking? If Commandant Willie can go out to dinner, so can we.
Leaflets have been turned into the Gestapo for weeks. They were found in Berlin, Cologne, Hamburg, Stuttgart, Vienna. 2 people could not have done that.
Hans and I receive a generous allowance, and we like train rides.
Oh, no. There are too many cities. Who else was involved?
There are no names. There are, of course, people who believe in what we do. They may be afraid to act on it. It is my hope that these leaflets will encourage them to do so.
We have names. Alexander Schmorell. You were acquainted with him, no?
He is a friend, but he had nothing to do with any of this. He's not even in Germany.
These need to be distributed. Take them with you.
We can't. There's too much to do before light.
Then I'll take them to the university for the students to find.
We still have 250 left.
Out of what? The thousands we've already distributed? I bet the Gestapo is hard at work trying to find the source. Leave them be for now.
It's risky having them here.
The Gestapo searched some apartments nearby. They're closing in. I'll distribute them in the morning, early, when everyone is still asleep.
Once the police see the slogans we will be painting tonight, they will be all over the university. You can't take the leaflets out in broad daylight. Don't be a fool!
Relax, Willie. The war's lost. Even if we do get caught, the war will be over in a few weeks. Tomorrow, students will wake up to slogans of freedom across the campus, and the Sikh Scouts get involved.
The paint will be washed away at sunrise.
Not this paint. We've laced it with tar. You thought this through.
It will be days before it's washed away. And I'll be long gone by then.
Alex?
I've been meaning to tell you, but I couldn't until everything's arranged. I have papers that will get me into Switzerland. Once the war is over, I'll be on a train. When I had to swear that loathsome oath to Hitler, I was done.
Godspeed, Alex.
You will take care. Promise?
We'll meet up after the war,
After the war.
after Hitler loses.
The leaflets were all signed by the White Rose Society. There are more of you.
That was our hope, to fool you.
What is the significance of the name?
Hans just liked it, as did I. I thought it evoked a purity of passion.
If you give me some names, I will attest to the fact that you are influenced by your brother, as you renounce his politics and agree with the state.
But I don't.
What are you dying for? We have the leaflets. They will never see the light of day.
You don't have them all. The pamphlets will be all over Europe. The people will rise up after you kill Hans and me. You wish to save me, but save yourself.
We will find everyone. We found the 7th leaflet.
There were only 6.
Found in Hans's pockets.
I don't know anything about a 7th leaflet.
Created by Christoph Probst, A member of your White Rose Society.
No, he was never a member.
It matches his handwriting.
Well, look closer. It's Hans' penmanship. They're similar.
Ah, so you do know him. Is he a member of your White Rose Society?
No. He's a family man. His wife just had a baby. We wouldn't let him be a part of it.
He's been arrested. He's being interrogated now. Tell me, who are the others?
I didn't sleep well last night. I had a dream where I was falling. There was no bottom. I just fell. I had something in my arms. Something comforting.
Tell me, your life will be spared.
I know that it was something that was important to me. I didn't want it to be crushed. I threw it up as high as I could. It sprouted wings, and as I went down, it flew up. I woke up confused. What had I been dreaming?
Give me some names.
And I realized I was carrying my spirit. And inside my spirit are ideals. I thought that even though worse was to occur, my spirit would survive. It would continue to tell people to persevere, that freedom is worth it. When my body falls, my spirit, it will soar.
Oh, prepare your confession.
Somebody, after all, had to make a start. What we wrote and said is also believed by many others. They just don't dare express themselves as we did.
The accused has, in our times of war, through propaganda leaflets, called for the overthrow of the National Socialist way of life, aided the enemy, and weakened the armed security of the nation. Their rights as citizens are forfeited. Their sentences are as follows. Hans Scholl, punishment, death. Alexander Schmorell, punishment, death. Willie Graf, punishment, death. Sophie Scholl, punishment, death. The sentences will be carried out today, February 22nd, 1943.
Munich. The name of Germany is dishonored for all time if the German youth does not finally rise, take revenge, and atone, smash its tormentors, and set up a new Europe of the spirit. Students, the German people look to us. Our people are ready to rebel against the National Socialist way of life in a fervent new breakthrough of freedom and honor.
Freiheit! Freiheit! Freedom!